Today's video is how to incorporate that beautiful and romantic Regency aesthetic into your everyday style. I have started making a few TikToks and I've actually been having so much fun making these little videos and posting them on the TikTok app. I decided to make a few about Pride and Prejudice and Mr Darcy. They have become quite popular. People seem to really like them. It's not exactly a surprise as to why people like them. I think we all want to escape sometimes into Jane Austen, Regency, dreamland, like wearing pretty dresses and falling in love with Mr Darcy. And I don't know about you, but when I read a book or watch a movie that I really enjoy, I tend to get a little bit obsessed and sort of want to incorporate it into my life. And of course, a major way I express myself is through fashion. So in today's video, I thought it would be a fun idea of how to incorporate this Regency aesthetic without it being kind of costumey. This is not supposed to be like historically accurate from head to toe. I feel like it's more about evoking the feeling rather than being completely historically accurate to that time period. Before we get right into it though, hello, hi if you're new here on my channel. My name is Fab and I make 2 fashion and lifestyle videos every single week. So if you like videos like this, please subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. The first way to evoke this feeling of romanticism is wearing things that are white, light and airy, especially really lovely blouses or dresses. And there's definitely something about a white dress in particular that has those connotations with innocence and purity and just like love. The dress that I'm wearing is probably, well actually it is, it's the most beautiful dress I have in my wardrobe, and this is from a brand called Doen. They're based out of Los Angeles and they make the most stunning dresses. Everything that they make is just dreamy and definitely has a feeling of pieces from times gone by. This is the dress that I have been using in my little TikToks to dress up as Elizabeth Bennet, and as you can probably tell, it doesn't really have a Regency silhouette or a Regency cut. I actually think it's way more 1930s with the puff sleeves and coming in at the waist, but I also feel like it doesn't really matter that this is way more 1930s than it is Regency. It still evokes a really romantic Jane Austen feeling. Also, it doesn't have to be white. Maybe a nice baby pink or powder blue would look so beautiful too, but definitely light pastel-y colors. Oh, just so cute. Now, if we are going to talk about the Regency silhouette, of course, we have to talk about the Empire line. And the Empire line was extremely fashionable during this Regency period. Basically, instead of coming in at the waist like a lot or most dresses do now, the actual gathering would be under the bust. It would really push those boobies up on display, and then from there it would just drop. So it was a very elongated look. So of course, if you want to get a little bit of Regency spice in your life, going for an Empire line dress is like immediately there. The only thing is, nobody's really making them. I've done a little bit of a search online, there's not really anything. There are like whispers of one, like I have this dress and it doesn't sit at the waist, but it doesn't sit right under the boobies either. It's sort of in this middle ground. This is kind of the closest thing I have to an Empire line. It's not really an Empire line at all. If you would really love one, you could make your own. You could find one on Etsy, or what you can actually do is take a dress in your wardrobe, probably something like a shift dress that already doesn't have a defined waist would work, and take a belt or even a ribbon, and instead of cinching it in at the waist, you could cinch it in under the bust line and sort of cheat that Empire line look. The next way I like to pop a little bit of Regency in my everyday fashion is to wear ribbons. I just feel like ribbons are just sorely underrated in our modern day world. You can totally take the waist of a dress in with a belt, but what a cute idea to take it in with a beautiful ribbon. I do this a lot with my white dresses because I don't own a white belt and sometimes brown looks a little severe. And how cute and romantic does it look with a ribbon? My sister recently bought a Dior bag and I snatched this off the packaging. That's also something I love so much about this Doen dress, is it has little ribbon details all over it, and it just is kind of hard to find in fashion. I know it is like a younger vibe, a little bit more innocent to have ribbons on, but I just think they're so gorgeous. Guys, we need to bring ribbons back. I am also thinking I'm going to purchase some vintage floral ribbon and fashion that into a little belt. There are lots of people on Etsy selling some really, really beautiful vintage French ribbons. They're like embroidered and to die for. I would also like to bring hair and makeup into the Regency equation because I feel like it makes up a lot of a vibe or an aesthetic. I do have my fringe or my bangs cut, and I actually just cut off all my hair into a French bob because I'm wanting to grow out my natural hair. I don't know why I thought cutting it all off would make it grow quicker, but whatever. I don't have a lot to work with back here, so I can kind of pull it back into a little tiny bun. But it's funny because this hairstyle is pretty much exactly what everybody in the 2005 Pride and Prejudice movie wears their hair. So I'm fitting in with that aesthetic. But if you don't have a fringe or bangs, I feel like some beautiful curls around the face, very sort of wispy, undone. With this whole vibe, it's very romantic, very free. So you don't want to be having any like straight, severe things. I feel like some really nice subtle curls would look beautiful. Also, soft and natural makeup. I do not pretend to be good at makeup at all, but I have sort of learned how to do a nice natural face. Less is definitely more. You're wanting to go for that natural, soft English rose look, and a way to achieve that is obviously minimal makeup, like not going overboard, but also adding a little bit of blush and a little bit of rosy lips too. The blush that I use is from a K-beauty brand that I actually discovered when I visited Singapore a few years ago. It's from Etude House, and it's called the Lovely Cookie Blusher in the shade Peach Chew Wafer. It says peach, but it's not peach at all. It's definitely a rosy color. It's very light. That's the thing about K-beauty. You should definitely check it out because it's very light and airy. That's the whole vibe that they like to go for, which is very up my alley. And then for my lips, I only really use one lip color now, and that is Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk has a lovely rose hue, but it's not so crazy on the lips. It is a very, very popular lipstick. So that's what I do for makeup. Nice, natural, English rose. Hello. Another way to transport the world of Jane Austen to you is through prints, like Regency inspired or historically inspired prints. And this way you're able to dress with something that's a little bit more on trend, a little bit more funky, but then you still have those Regency vibes going on in the outfit. I know last year Alice McCall came out with this beautiful print. I believe it was called Voodoo Sky, and it had all these little Regency figures all over it, and it was this beautiful green color, but the actual cut of the pieces were very trendy. And again, it doesn't have to be a straight up Regency print. I last night actually ordered this beautiful dress off ASOS in this toile de jour print. I'm 110% certain that I am saying that so wrong. Toile de jour, I don't know. This is such a beautiful print, but it's on a modern looking skater dress coming at the waist with a cute little mini skirt on it. But I'm so excited to receive it and wear it because I still feel like it is going to give a special romantic vibe. Those are the ways that I like to bring the romanticism of the Regency era into my day-to-day fashion. If you have any other ideas, I would love to hear them, so please pop them in the comments down below. I read every single comment that I get, and I love chatting with you guys on my videos. And I've also created a Pinterest board of the Regency aesthetic. It's sort of like a mood board. I will leave it in the description box below, like the link to it, so you can go look at it and maybe get some further inspiration. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye!